First of all, I would like to introduce myself to you before we have a discussion today. I am a Buddhist nun. Now I'm 52 years old, and I have been a nun since 1991, 27 years ago, maybe before you were born. Before I became a nun, I graduated from Huế Buddhist, Pedagogical University, or we can say the Teachers College, major in English. And after I graduated, instead of becoming a teacher, I decided to become a nun. After some years practicing in Vietnam, I had the opportunity to go to India for further studies. I did my MA and MPhil and PhD in Buddhist studies from Delhi University in India. And after graduation, I came back to Vietnam, and now I'm teaching at the Department of Dharma English at Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City. And at the same time, I'm also guiding about 20 nuns in my monastery near the mountain in Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu province in the south of Vietnam. So this year I came to the US on the invitation of the Vietnamese community, and I came to Virginia to come to this center to share my knowledge and my experience in practice with the Vietnamese overseas. The organizer here would like to request me to have a talk with the young people in English because they said that for you to listen to Dharma talk in Vietnamese, sometimes it is difficult because most of the Buddhist terms in Vietnamese are borrowed from Chinese. So sometimes it's not easy for the young people to understand these terms even in Vietnam. Before I came, I sent the topic. The topic today is how to live a good life. But this morning I changed my idea, and now I would like to speak with you about another topic. And the new topic is Buddhist values and human problems. So I will write down the topic here, and I also would like to with you together with me. We can discuss about this. Buddhist value. This one a little bit better, but it's not very bold. Okay, so our topic today is Buddhist values and human problems. Do you agree that as humans, we all have our own problems? Do you agree? Even you are rich or poor, young or old, beautiful or ugly, all have their own problem, right? And I think we can, from human problem, we can divide into two. We can say personal problem and social problem. each of you can give me any word that arises in your mind when we say about human problems, either personal or social. Just raise your hand and give me a word that comes up in your mind about the social or personal problems. You? Money. Okay. Is it here or there? Here. Personal problem. Money. Okay. Another, please. Any problem? I mean, either your own problem, or your parents' problem, or your friend's problem. What else?
Health.
Health. Yes, health. Then?
Relationships.
Huh?
Relationships.
Relationship. Yeah, relationship maybe in the other, huh? We can take it here. Relationship. Okay. Then? Any other problems? Do you have any problem? Young boy? I think you also have problem with your teachers or your friends.
From the game.
Oh, from your parents.
From the game.
Do you have enough time to play games?
Oh my God. That's a big problem.
What is your problem? Any problem?
You're right.
Never mind. Please, anyone, what problems do you think? You hear about social problem. What is a social problem, you know? Huh?
Can the adult help with the personal problem?
Okay, everyone can.
Time doesn't be same.
Time, huh? Okay, time. Then, discipline. Okay, discipline is here, huh? Or there? Okay, too much discipline or too less? Thank you. Oh, how about social problem? Social.
Friends, school.
Huh?
Friends.
What?
Friends.
Friends. Okay.
Study.
Friends. Friendship. Oh, friends. Okay. Study. Study is also a problem. How about the social problem? Oh, many social problems. How about war? Don't you think about war? Is war a problem? War. Communication. Yes. Discrimination. Yes. Yes. Racism.
Yes.
Race. Yes.
The environment.
Environment. Yes. What else? Money, health, relationship type, yes.
Transportation.
Huh?
Alcohol.
Transportation.
Yes.
Transportation. I have experience in New York. Transportation. Transportation is also a social problem. Too much. Road. Yes.
Electrical.
Electrical. you mean the gadgets, yeah? Electrical. Like a game?
Yeah.
And this one up here. Is here social what? Games, huh? Is game a problem for you? Yes.
What is that?
Huh?
Louder, huh?
Huh? Why is game problem?
Don't hesitate.
The game is an entertainment.
But that's too much.
Yes.
If you keep you away from doing your study.
Yes.
Drugs.
Drugs, yes. Drugs.
Yeah. Because
What else?
Bullying.
Bully.
the phone problem too, right?
Phone, huh? Phone is a equal problem, huh? Yes.
Hunger.
Hunger. Yes, hunger.
Phone is what? Not playing game. The book is much.
Yes.
Animal rights.
Animal right. Animal right. Maybe. Animal right. Yes. Huh? Focus.
And social problem, consideration.
What?
Consideration.
Consideration. Why consideration a problem?
Sometimes they're not paying attention to people around.
Lack of consideration.
No,
Consideration.
consideration.
Yes.
Respect.
Huh?
Respect.
Respect. Yes, respect. Lack of respect. Yes. Crime. Okay, crime. Think any other problems? Oh, so we can see that. Yes. What is that? Diseases. Health. Huh? So I put here health problem. Health problem means you have very many kinds of disease, right? Okay, so now we have all our listed here. Our problem, not only today, but this is long-lasting problems since the immemorial time until today. We have this health problem. It's always a problem. When science is not developed, we also have health problem until now. When we have found so many kinds of medicines, but health is still a problem. And how about discrimination also? Discrimination, you see, from the time of the Buddha, in the society of India, they divide people into many castes, lower caste and higher caste. Then the higher caste look down upon the lower caste, and they have very much discrimination. And now you are in this United States. There are many races, many tribes, and many countries. So as an Asian, sometimes you also have to face with discrimination, right? So now we have listed on this problem. Some are personal and some social. So what do you think? Now, from these problems, we have to find what is the cause, what is the reason of the problem, right? It is, for example, money. We take the first one, money. So why is money a problem? Why money is a problem? Please.
If if you don't have enough, you can't take care of your family and help them with their health or buy them food. Or if you have too much money, you don't know who your real friends are.
Okay, so when you have not enough money, it's problem. When we have too much more money, it is also a problem. So, and then when you say money is enough, how to say how much is enough and how much is not enough? Do you have any criteria to decide how much money is enough? No, right? And now, in your present situation, do you think you have enough money for your life, for your survival? No? Not enough? Do you have enough food?
Yeah.
Do you have a house to live in?
Yeah, thanks my mom.
Then do you have medicine when you have sickness?
No.
You don't have medicine?
Oh, medicine?
Yes.
If I need it, yeah.
Yes. Then why money is a problem? If for you, I only said I don't say about social, about others. I just ask you. Now for you, is money a problem?
Not right now because my parents, but if I live like this by myself, it would be a problem.
I don't think that money is a real problem in your case. Most in the normal, in the average, for an average person to survive in this life, I don't think money is a real problem. Only when you need, for example, when you don't only need to have food, but you like good food. You don't only need a house, but you like a beautiful house. You don't need only transportation, but you need a very good car, a very modern car. That is why for you money is a problem. I think that then behind problems, if this money is not problem, but that one greed for money is a problem, right? Money itself is not a problem at all, but the greed for money, because you need more and more, you like more and more money, and then money becomes a problem. If money is only a means for living, then I'm sure that in this room, I don't say about others, but in this audience, if you don't have greed for money, then money is not a problem for you. Because here, life, you can say that expense of living, the basic expenses of living, it is not so high in your condition. So, if we can say that, so the problem here is greed, not money. So we find out the problem here is greed. Then health. When we say health problem, it means that sometimes we are sick, and sometimes there's a very, very light sickness like headache or backache or stomach ache. This is okay, not so much, but only sometimes we have very strong, very serious, like cancer or what else. You see, we look at the problem. This one I want to say about Buddhist value. What Buddhists can offer us to solve these problems? So, Buddhist value. So now I would like to hear. Now we erase this one because this you all know about this already. Now I want you think. When you think of Buddhism, you find out for me two words. One positive and one negative about Buddhism. I want to know what you think about Buddhism in two ways, positive way and negative way. So each of you give me two words, one positive and one negative about Buddhism. Understand? Young boys and girls, do you understand what I mean? Buddhism, huh? Do you know Buddhism? So, girl, what's your name?
Angie.
Huh?
Angie.
Angie. Okay, so what is Buddhism in your opinion? Anything in your mind. Or you can give me one word about Buddhism you know. Any word.
Peace.
Peace, huh? Okay. Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Huh?
Positive.
Positive, right, thank you. So, first she give me one, Buddhist, when we say about Buddhism. So, she give me this one first, peace. Okay, another word. So here we can put positive, and here we can put negative. Okay, so any of you can give me some terms, some words that come to your mind when you think of Buddhism. Ah, yes? Compassion. Yes. Yeah? Enlightenment. Yes. Enlightenment. Yes.
Blessing.
Blessing. Yes. What else?
Treatment.
Treatment. Okay, treatment.
Satisfaction.
Huh?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Yes. What else? Negative also. Suffering. Is it negative or positive? So we can put negative, huh? Suffering. Yes.
Sin.
Sin.
Yes.
S-I-N. Okay, sin. Time. What do you mean time? We don't have enough time, so negative, huh? Time. So think about Buddhism. What do you think about Buddhism? The good thing and the bad thing?
Intentions.
Intention.
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Depends.
Huh? Okay, I put in the middle. Intention. So give me some negative words that you have when you think of Buddhism, or you hear about Buddhism, or you hear someone say about Buddhism. Poor, poor, poverty, poor. Most of the Buddhist countries are poor. Huh? Death. Death. Buddhism always says about death. Suffering, death, sin, poor. Yes, and what else? How about impermanent? Impermanent. We always say that we heard about Buddhism, say about impermanent. So you think impermanent is positive or negative? But impermanent. Everything is impermanent. Love is also impermanent. Success is also impermanent. Huh? Positive. So I put in the middle. Impermanent. Think, give me some more words about Buddhism, and especially Buddhist values.
Eightfold path, Four Noble Truths.
Eightfold path, Four Noble Truths. What else? Yes, what about Buddhist values do you know? I want to hear about from the young one. The boy, what's their name? Andrew. So, would you know anything about the Buddhist teaching? The Buddha teach what? Love. Yes, love. Love. What else? Huh? Caring. Yeah, caring. And Angie? Huh? Sender. What is sender? Anger or sender? Sender. What is it? How do you spell it? How about Sangha? Maybe Sangha? Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha? Sangha. Right? Maybe this one, huh? That's what? Yes. Mindfulness. Yes. Mindfulness. I think some words are missing here about Buddhist values. No one mentioned meditation. Mindfulness and meditation same or not? Different. So should we put meditation here? Okay, put meditation. Meditation. And what else? What do you think? Buddhist values. Here we have peace, compassion, enlightenment, blessing, treatment, love, caring, satisfaction, meditation, intention, impermanent, eightfold path, Four Noble Truths, mindfulness. Yes? Offering. Yes, offering. Yes? Huh?
Rewards.
Rewards. Rewards. Rewards. Yes, why? Huh? What? Helpful. 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 Yes.
Faithful.
Huh?
Faithful.
Faithful. Yeah, faithful. Yes. Happiness. Right, happiness.
We're missing that. That's important.
Feelings.
Huh?
Feelings. Feeling.
Feeling. Okay, feeling. I put here. Feeling. Okay. Karma. Okay, karma. In the middle, huh? What else? Healing. Healing. Yes, healing. Healing treatment. Okay, so now you can see that even though Buddhism came into being more than 25 centuries ago, but do you think that Buddhist values is outdated? Outdated, out of date. These values are out of date or up to date? It's still up to date, huh? Up to date. And can we use these values to solve the problems that we have listed before? personal problems and social problems. For example, now we can bring out health. Health is a big problem, health. So, to solve health problem, from here, what we can use?
Meditation.
First one, meditation. Okay. And how meditation can help for health? Yes?
Clear your mind, I guess.
Hmm?
Clear your mind. Clear your mind.
Clear?
Yeah.
Clear the mind. Okay, meditation can help to clear the mind. And if the mind is clear, then how the mind can help? Then if the mind is healthy, then the body is also healthy. Yes. But once now we are sick, now we are already sick, how meditation can help when we are sick? Yes.
Impermanence.
How impermanent?
That you come to realize that everything comes and goes. If your time comes, then when your time comes.
Yes, so when we are sick, when we think of, everything is impermanent. So this sickness is always, it comes and it goes. So don't worry. Everyone gets sick. So if we are sick, we take medicine, then no more sick. Is that what you mean?
Kind of.
Yes, you can think that way. That everyone must be sick at any time. It is normal. So it is not a big issue. If you are sick, just take medicine and take a rest and have proper treatment. Treatment here, the treatment here is also spiritual or bodily or mental, anything. It can help. Okay. So we cannot say that, I want to be healthy forever. We can help by doing exercise, doing meditation. It can help to maintain health. But in case we are sick, no problem at all. We sick, everyone will get sick. And this sickness is not permanent, it is impermanent. We can cure this sickness very easily by taking medicine or taking a rest. So you have a positive attitude towards the sickness. Even when you have cancer. You see, many people got cancer and the doctor predicted that you have only 4 months or 6 months left because there are no medicine for this disease. So in the case, the people, that person know that they have only very limited time. So what do you think? What will they think? What will they do? What will they prepare for the death? In case, so I put for your case. If one day the doctor tell you that you have cancer and you have only 6 months left, what will you do? How about you? What will you do if you have only 6 months left?
Die.
Die is no, you will die. But before you die, what will you do?
Just make the most of it. Go to the pool.
Think about it. You have only 6 months left. Now you have cancer. Only 6 months left. What to do now?
Enjoy life.
Enjoy life. How to enjoy life?
Enjoy every moment.
Enjoy every moment in which way?
In a good way.
In a good way.
Actually, because I have a cancer, and I did cure from the cancer. About like the treatment, the therapy is supposed to be 6 months, but then just only the doctor just give me the test of the treatment for rather 6 months of the therapy of the chemo, but I have just only 3 months.
recovered?
Huh?
Have you recovered?
Actually, back and forth, but it's not like I have to be unwelcome with that anyway. So I'm just live the life that tomorrow I will die.
Sadhu, sadhu. And when was it? When was it?
Just past December.
Oh, only last December. Oh, but you look very healthy and you look very happy, huh?
Because I don't see that as like something that I can have to fight with. So when I accept the death, they're happy to see me anyway. So I'm happy to do it. That's why I look more. I feel better. I look in the mirror every morning and I know that myself as, hey, thank you, I'm still alive today. And the one thing that, I used to have a very long hair, and I cut it for donation of my hair. So everyone said that, hey, when you got the cancer, your hair will fall out. One thing that I'm worried is if my hair falling down, how can I have hair to give up? But somehow that treatment is not losing my hair. I still have it. But
And is it not, because it is a chemo?
yes.
It's another kind of treatment, huh?
Yes.
Yes, but it helps. And now you have
Because it's
to
just only
study.
first day, so anyway, when it's happened, it's happened. I cannot fight with it, so just deal with it.
And can you tell me that what Buddhist value has helped you in facing with the sickness?
Like I said, first of all, when I know that I'm have a cancer, I don't know Buddhist. But I listened to a friend who are a Buddhism and said, oh, you just go in there and pray with Buddhists. And she's like, okay, they have a bunch of Bible, just rewrite it. And I said, maybe help, and maybe not, but why don't I give it a try? So the more I write the Bible, Kinh Pháp Hoa, and the more I feel like, hey, that's not true about that praying. About you have to deal with it, you have to enjoy every single moment of your breathing. And you can feel it and just accept it. I'm like, okay, I'm happy with it. I'm happy dealing with my pain. With every single time that they have a needle in my arm, I feel the pain. But then, hey, it's just a pain. It's nothing that will be, no one can help with it. That pain will go over. Will go over anyway. Today you have a pain, tomorrow you might be not, or you might be having. Just deal with it. So then let's continue to happy. And everyone is worried that I will cry or anything. I said, there's nothing to be worried. Because when you deal with it, you don't have worry.
Yeah, so thank you for your sharing. So I think that in your case, it is the acceptance.
Accept it.
Yes, acceptance that help you.
Yes.
Accept things when they come to us
Yes.
and face with it with a very positive attitude.
Positive.
Yes. So you see that one, we can put one more, huh? One more word here, acceptance, right?
Yes.
Accepting, you can say accepting or acceptation. So you see that because they are accepting everything that comes to us can help a lot. Because otherwise we will resist. Resistance, resistance is opposite attitude. Resist. Oh, I don't like this. I don't want this. Why? Why I have to fight with this? We have often put that question, and you have that attitude of rejecting. You want to reject what you don't like, and that resistance can waste your energy and bring you in a very bad mood. But on the contrary, if you accept it as a fact and deal with it, okay, if I have to be injected, it should be a little bit pain, but let's observe the pain as it is. It is mindfulness. Also, we can use mindfulness here. Observe things as they are without reaction. Mindfulness can also help. So, thank you so much for that. I put a question and you give a very good answer. So now we take another case, a human problem. Now we say stress. Stress. Nowadays, even students, young students, have stress because they have too much to study, so many lessons, so many activities. So I want to ask about the boys and girls here. Sometimes do you feel stressed? Do you feel stressed at your school? Yes? Why do you feel stressed? How old are you? 8 years old. Also feel stressed. How about, let me see, how about you? Do you have stress sometimes? Not all the time, but sometimes? Stress, yes? So when do you feel stress? When? Many times. For example, give me one example when you feel stress.
Just test one of them.
Give me one example.
Yes.
Yes. What?
Yes, but not the whole sentence. Exams, right?
Exams of
No.
exam of that or text? What? I can't hear you.
Test.
Test. T-E-S-T? This one? Test. Oh. Yeah. When we are at school, most of us are scared of tests. So many texts. We have to learn so many rules, so many lessons. And we have stress because if we don't get good marks, what will happen if you don't get good marks? MD. If you don't have good marks, what happened to you? Your parents will scold? No. Are you scolded sometime because of bad marks, low marks? How about the other boy? I would like to hear about your stress. Do you feel stressed sometimes? And why?
When I haven't done my homework.
Yes, when you don't do your homework. And stress from teachers or from parents?
Parents.
From parents. You also have the same problem when you don't have the homework and you have stress from your parents? Who gets the same situation? Raise your hand and I can see the statistic. How many percent of you get the same problem? When you don't do homework. Oh, yes. So, I see. I tell you. Usually you feel, oh, why parents are always shouting at me? Right? Why you keep shouting? My homework, not your homework. And sooner or later I will do it. Right? Is that what you say? Huh? It is my homework, not my parents' homework. But they always keep shouting at me, why don't you do homework? And you are upset with the parents. And you feel parents are very problematic. Parents are so difficult. It is my business, not their business. But why they are so angry if I don't do homework? So you think about your parents. Why they keep shouting? Why they keep reminding? Why they keep pushing?
Because you don't do your homework, you don't pass high school, and then you won't get into college, and you won't get a job, and then you're going to depend on them for the rest of your life.
And it is your whose benefit? Your benefit or parents' benefit? On scolding and on the pushing and then on the shouting, for whose benefit? For parents or for yours? You think when the parents shout or push, for whose benefit?
Yours.
For yours, for your own benefit. So I think that instead of complaining about the parents, it's better not to give them an opportunity to shout at you. Right? Not give them an opportunity to shout at you. How? If you have homework, the first thing you do, after you finish meal, finish lunch or dinner, the first thing you do is doing homework. If the first thing you do is playing game, you see, because I put you a math term, you have 3 hours in the evening, 3 hours. And I estimate you can spend 1.5 hours for study and 1.5 hours for playing games. But if you do the homework first, you finish the homework first, then you can play game freely without being scolded.
Exactly.
Right? But you do the contrary. You play game first. You don't do your homework. You leave it there and you play. And sometimes you play and you forget homework. And then it's bad time. And then tomorrow, how? You cannot hand in the paper to the teachers. So a little bit of change can help your sex. Can lift your burden. So you give priority to study. Then you can play. Your parents will let you play as long as you like. Once you finish your homework, right? Do you agree? So this one, I want to help you to live a less without stress, stress-free life. But because a student's life is always stressful, if you have so much homework and you don't have enough time to play, and you are scolded by the parents, then now you can manage your time. You can balance your time for study and your time for playing. And the important thing is not to give your parents an opportunity to scold you. And in fact, they don't want to scold you at all. They want to praise you. They want to be proud of you. But because you don't deserve it, because you don't do your homework, you don't take care of yourself well enough, that's why they worry about you. And that's why they keep shouting, because you don't listen. So, if you want to be free of stress, free of worry, free of being scolded, just do your duty willingly, voluntarily, without being reminded, without being pushed. So if we want to have respect, you say that if you also have the respect somewhere, you need respect. If you want to be respected by others, first of all, you have to respect yourself. Right? If you don't respect yourself, if you don't do good enough, then you will be blamed. You will be not respected. Usually, people don't want to use heavy words to others, but only when they use very nice words, very nice speech, but it doesn't change. It is not effective. Then they have to use harsh words, right? Then I think that when parents start using harsh words, it is your fault, not parents' fault. So don't get angry when the parents scold you or parents shout at you, because you are the one who have forced them to do so. Do you agree or not? I want to hear some opposite idea. That, oh no, it's not my fault. Yes?
I also think that parents should be understanding of their kids. They shouldn't be shouting.
Yes, so you see, the young people here said that parents should be understanding and not to shout. Do you agree? Yes, at the same time. I also request the same thing. Parents, even though you are angry, but try not to shout, because shouting doesn't help much. Sometimes it helps, but sometimes it doesn't. But I think most of the time it doesn't. So parents also should try to keep calm, keep quiet, especially when you are angry with the children. Try to be mindful of your mood, mindful of your feeling, mindful of your mind, and keep quiet before speaking, even to young children, to your own children. But if we understand one another and we know why parents get angry, parents get angry because we are not obedient, we are not hardworking, we are not behaving properly. So now we take another problem, the human problem. Any issue would like to take an example here about your relationship. Now we take one problem to see how Buddhist value can help in relationship. So I think that relationship is a problem not only for young boys and girls, and also for old people, even for monks and nuns, everyone, because man is a social animal, right? So relationship. What is it in relationship that make it a problem? In a relationship, what is a problem in relationship?
Communication.
Lack of communication? Yes. I can say from here, communication. Yes. Anything else? Understanding.
Trust.
Trust, yes. What else? Listening. Yes, what else? Forgiveness. Sharing, yes. Yes, so you see that in a relationship, we want to have good communication. We want to have understanding, sharing, listening, forgiveness, and trust. And do we have it all the time? No, huh? Sometimes we don't have. So first of all, communication. You see, sometimes for husband and wife, and for young girls and boys, when they are angry, when you are not angry, everyone is okay. But when you get angry, what is your attitude when you are angry with other people in the relationship?
Walk away.
Walk away, yes. Keep silent. And what else? Yawn, shout. You see? So we have all kind of bad communication. Walk away. Shout. Oh, silent.
Fight.
What else?
Fight.
Fight. Yes. Fight. See, all these are because of why do we behave like this? Because we are controlled by our emotion. Anger is emotion, and we are affected. We are controlled by emotion, and then we shout, and then we fight, and we argue, or we keep silent. Sometimes people think that keep silent is good in compared with fighting. Maybe keeping silent is better. But silence is not always good. Because when you are angry, or when you have misunderstanding, and you keep silent all the time, then how can the other person understand you rightly? Right? So that's why we need communication. We need to communicate. And to have the effective communication, we need to calm down. First, when we are angry, if we say wrongly. If we act wrongly. So now Buddhist value. Buddhist value here can help in this is mindfulness. You see, with mindfulness can help us to control our emotion. So now I can tell you how. For example, when you feel angry, usually when you feel angry, you react immediately by shouting, by fighting. Now with mindfulness, we stop. We stop when we listen to something very abusing, very harsh. You stop. You stop, and then you observe your feeling. You observe your anger. You can feel that, oh, I'm angry. And then this anger is affecting my breathing, my blood, and my body. I feel very hot. I feel very uneasy. You can see. You can observe your body and mind when you get angry. And the moment when you are mindful, of the anger will reduce. Because you don't think of the object anymore. You don't think about that person anymore. Now your object is not that person. Now your object is your mind and your body. Now you change from anger into mindfulness. Then no more anger. You can see immediately no more anger. You can feel it. You are calming down. And then when you are calm enough, you can listen to that person without reaction. And you wait for them until they finish fighting. You don't need to fight with them anymore. Because if you fight, no one will win and both will lose. Because you lose to the anger. So it's better when you feel angry to stop for a while, observe your breathing, observe your feeling, observe your body, then you can find that your mind is calmed down. And then it can help to overcome your anger. And then you don't fight anymore, you don't shout anymore. Then when you wait for the other person also calm down, then you can communicate with them more effectively. Wait for them to calm down, ask them to sit down, and then you explain why I do this, why I do that. And each of you should listen. So that's why we have been listening. Listening is a very important skill for us. Some people don't want to listen at all. They just want to say, to speak, to explain, to condemn, to accuse. You can see that you always want to try to defend yourself. But you need also to listen. You listen to other people to understand why they behave like that. Only when we understand, then we can sympathize. If we don't understand, we cannot sympathize. And sympathy. Sympathy here is also very important. You should have sympathy. Why sympathy? You need to sympathize with others' mistakes or failure, or sometimes even sin. Maybe sometimes they commit a sin due to greed, due to hatred. But we understand that everyone will fail sometime. We cannot be good all the time. So forgiveness. That's why after sympathy, we can forgive. We should forgive. Do we need forgive from others? You see, everyone needs forgiveness. So we also should forgive. When we forgive someone, we are the person who get the best benefit first. Because when you hate someone, you see the feeling of hatred is very uneasy. But if you don't hate anymore and you forgive them, you feel relief at once. So we can say that forgiveness. Sometimes it's very difficult to forgive. I want to ask the young boy or girl here. Now, at present, do you feel difficult to forgive or not? Do you feel difficult to forgive? How about you? Do you feel difficult to forgive others? Someone hurt you, someone cheated you, or someone abused you. Do you think it's easy for you to forgive them? Not easy. Why is not easy? Think about it. Why is not easy for you to forgive? What prevents you to forgive others? Others can help. What prevents us to forgive others? Your anger, right. When you are angry, you cannot forgive. But after your anger finished, can you forgive?
Yes.
Yes. But sometimes your anger finished, but when you see that boy again, do you feel angry again? Not really. Yeah, because you are easygoing, easygoing boy. But some people, after they abuse us, after they hurt us, we get angry. After that we forget, but if we meet them again, maybe we can feel angry. Anger come back. Why? Because we have that memory of the hurt, feeling to be hurt. But how to think to forgive others? You see, thinking is very important. If you think this way, you will not forget. You cannot forgive. But you think another way, you can forgive or you can forget. So, tell me your experience. How to think to forgive people?
You think that they are Buddha, so you can forgive.
You think?
You think they are Buddha, so
they are Buddha?
Yeah.
And then you can forgive them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you think they are Buddhas, everyone is Buddha, huh?
Yeah, everybody.
Then you can forgive a Buddha and you cannot forgive a man. What is the difference between forgiving a Buddha and forgiving a man?
Because he's a Buddha, so they're not fighting that.
So think more about it. Because if you say that, because he is a Buddha, but if he is a man, I think that as a man it's easy to forgive. Because Buddha never make a mistake. Then Buddha doesn't need to be forgiven. Right? Only a human, normal man makes mistakes and need to be forgiven. Right? So we don't need to think in that way. You can, I think, but it is your way. I want to hear from someone else.
Because I don't like the feeling of angry, so I forget. Whenever people get, like me myself, whenever I get angry, I feel like my heart beats so fast, and I hate that feeling. So I said, why don't I forgive? And my heart beats better.
Yeah, this is also a good way of thinking. Huh? Being angry is not easy. It's very uneasy. So forgive, forget. And then, and then you will be okay. Yes. Yes, and another opinion, another way of thinking. How to think to forgive easily.
Understand.
Appreciate what?
Not understanding. Only when you forgive easier when you understand. When you understand the situation,
Understanding, yes. By understanding, we can get forgive easier. Yes, because we can see that no one wants to do wrong things. Due to some reasons, they had to do that. Either internal reason or outer reason. So because of some reason, they do the wrong thing. So sit the time with them and forgive them. This is always the way. So about trust, you see, in relationship, trust is also very important. But what kind of trust here? I want you to say about trust in a relationship. You want to be trusted, and you want to trust your partner. But trust based on what? Honesty. Yes. Everyone must be honest. Otherwise the relationship cannot last. And sometimes you see that in a relationship, sometimes the problem is like this. You have illusion about others. Illusion. Illusion. Ảo tưởng.
wrong perception.
Wrong perception. Yes. For example, I want to say about this, especially for young boys and girls. When you see, with young boys and girls, when you start a relationship, usually you see all the good things in that object, your object of love. For example, the boy, when he sees a girl, oh, very beautiful girl, very sweet girl. And then because of the beauty appearance, sometimes you can easily forget on the bad things. And usually people say that love is blind. Love is blind, and everything, the beauty lies in the beholder's eyes. Everything in your lover is beautiful. Everything is excellent. You don't want to see the bad things, or you cannot see the bad things. And I want to to make caution. For example, when you start a relationship with a person, usually that person is very nice to us, very caring to us, but only to us, not to others. Then your duty is you have to investigate, you have to observe how this boy or this girl behaves towards their parents, their brothers and sisters, their, for example, their colleagues, their friends, or their lower people, employees, etc. We have to observe them in other relationship also. Because only in the relationship with us, they are very nice, very elegant, very polite. But are they polite with the beggars? Are they polite with the workers? Are they polite with the sweepers? Or with their parents? Because if they are only polite with us, maybe it is not real characteristic. It is only a device, a means to conquer the feeling of that object. So be careful to observe the object, the boys or the girl, in other relationship, whether they are really good, whether they are really polite, whether they are really caring or not. Otherwise, when you marry a man like that, without investigating, after the marriage, you can see, oh, he's very selfish. Oh, he's very rude. You can see, oh, he changed. Before I married him, he was very good. He doesn't change. But because you did not see the other side of him. And then when you found out, oh, he's not so good as I imagined, then you feel disappointed. But not only you, the other person also have the same feeling. After honeymoon, problems will appear because of illusion. We don't see the things as they are. We see things as they appear to us. Or we only see the things we like to see. Right? And that is our problem. So I want to tell you that because in order to have trust, then we should be honest. We should be honest. Whatever we have, we should show off. And we don't hide, and we don't want to be only to show off so that you can conquer, you can have someone. After that, you don't need to try anymore. So trust and honesty is a very, very important factor. And now, after you find that, my wife or my husband have so many bad habits, then what to do now? What to do now? You ask them, you need to change. You need to change this, you need to change that. You always ask the other person to change. Do you ever ask yourself to change? Usually no. You see, usually we only see the bad habits, the bad things of the other person. We don't see ourselves. Everything from myself is good. Only he has problem. If you talk with a couple, usually the wife only sees the mistake of the husband, and the husband sees only the mistake of the wife. And they don't see their own mistakes. And they don't want to change themselves, they want the other to change. And that is a real problem. And now, because we don't know our mistakes, that's why we need to listen. Listening. For example, if you don't agree with your partner about something, you need to tell them, to tell him or her. And then you listen to them about what they tell you. So listening and sharing and sympathy, sometimes we want them to change, but they cannot change. Then we need to sympathize. We have to compromise. We accept things as they are. We accept people as they are. At least we try to compromise, to live together, and to accept each other's mistakes. Sometimes you say that, oh, he's so bad. Now I want to make the divorce, and I will get married with another. And then you see, do you think that the problem will not, there will be no problem if you marry another one? I think that usually people often think in this way. If this wife is not good enough for me, this husband is not good enough for me, then I will leave him, I will go and get another one. But if you get another one, another problem will happen. Because everyone is not perfect. No one is perfect. So we only have expectation. All our expectation, more and more expectation, then more and more disappointment. So when then you say that then if I don't ask them to change, if they are always the same thing, then how can we harmonize? For example, one doesn't like to. For example, you see, for a husband and wife, you have different hobbies, you have different liking, you have different tendency. Then how to compromise between the two? So in case I ask you, in case you like to see movies and your friend, your husband like to see sports, and you have only one TV set. So what to do in the case that you like movie and your husband likes sports?
A movie about sports.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll say a sports movie.
What did you say?
A sports movie.
Then sport movie. Can you find a sport movie? Huh? So in that case, what to do? If you don't find a sport movie, either movie or sport. Yes?
Go to the movie theater.
Huh?
Go to the movie theater.
Go to the movie theater. And who will watch sport?
If there are any sports movies, then we'll watch them.
Huh?
If there are any sports movies.
At night, you cannot go to movie theater. At night, sometimes you cannot go to movie theater. You only stay at home. You want to stay at home after a long day at work.
We do it on the weekends.
And then now at night, I put the situation like this. At night, after work, we have only one TV, and then the wife wants to see movie, husband wants to see sport. What sport? So what to do?
Watch movie together.
So how to do, Andrew? You tell me. I don't know. So you ask your dad. Is your dad here?
Right here.
So what to do in that case?
Dạ thì thôi thì chung.
So give up sport.
Huh?
Give up sport.
Give up sports. Wife is always right. Wife is always right. Lady first. So if yes.
Don't watch anything.
Don't watch anything. Just switch off the TV. Yeah. It is fair, huh? Is it fair that you don't watch movie, I don't watch sport? Then we do together something else. Huh? Right? Do you agree with him? Don't watch anything? So I think that we don't always have the same answer. We cannot say that, oh, that in that case should watch movie or should watch sport. But husband and wife, sometimes we should think of others. I remember in one sutta, in the Buddha time, once Buddha visits one forest. In the forest, 3 monks stay together. They never fight. They lead a very peaceful life, very quiet life, never fighting, never arguing. Once the Buddha came to visit them, and then the Buddha asked, do you live happily here? Yes, sir, we are very happy. Do you argue with one another? No, we never argue. The Buddha asked, why can't you do that? Why can you live without arguing? Then the monk said that, because we don't live according to our own mind or our own wish, but we live according to others' wish. That is the answer. If we are selfish, we always think about our wish, about our liking. Then everyone do the same, then we fight. But now, if you want to be like the monks, he said that they don't live according to their own wish or their own liking. They live according to others' wishes. So, for example, if you live with your parents, and then that, if I always take everything as my wish, and my parents' wish are different, then we will fight. So it's better I live according to my parents' wish. Sometimes it is a sacrifice. You think it is a sacrifice that we cannot do what we like. We have to do what people like, right? And you say that it is unfair. But it is a good way to tame yourself. You know Ajahn Chah? Have you ever know about Ajahn Chah? Ajahn Chah is a very famous meditation master in Thailand. He's a villager. He studied only up to the primary school. But he's a forest meditator. He lives in the forest and he practices meditation very well. And he had so many Western students, like Ajahn Sumedho, Ajahn Ram, Ajahn Sujato. Those students from America, from England, from Australia, they heard about Ajahn Chah and they came and study under him. And I remember in one discourse, Ajahn Chah said that, I train myself like this. Whenever I want to do something, I like to do something, I won't let myself do that one. For example, if I want to, one day I just want to go to the city, I just want to go to travel, then I think that want, that desire is a craving, it is greed. And craving or greed, it is the defilement. It is our defilements, it is mental defilements. It is not good if we always do according to our desire. So he teaches himself by not allowing him to do what he wants, what he desires. So if he wants to go outside, then he will not let him to go outside, he will stay inside. Only when people invited him to city, then he will go to city. How? Because you know, if we always do as what we like, then we will be controlled by our desire. And our desire will never end. If we get this, we want to get another. If we get another, we want another more and more and more. So we can never satisfy our desire. Our desire is endless. So, and that desire is also the cause of our suffering. The Buddha said the desire or craving or greed is the cause of our suffering. Not because of others, not because of husband or wife or children that I feel suffering. You are suffering because of your greed, because of your craving. And now in order to not to suffer anymore, then we have to train ourselves. You see, every day, millions, thousands of people in the city die. But we don't feel suffering, right? But only when a person, a family member die, then you feel you suffer. Why? Because we love that person. We want that person to stay with us forever. Now they die, they are not with us anymore, so you feel suffering. Death is not the cause of your suffering, but because your attachment to that person that makes you suffering. Right? So attachment is the cause, not the death, not the loss of love. For example, when we say about love, when we love someone, we also want that one love back. We want to have mutual love. We want that love. We want to be secure, to be loved forever. But sometimes love cannot last very long because people change, because situations change. Then one day you feel that your husband does not love you anymore, or you do not love your husband anymore. Then what happened now? Now love is no more. You feel suffering. In case you are still loving someone and they don't love you anymore, it is a tragedy. Huh? It is a tragedy that we love someone and they don't love us anymore. So, how to face with this problem? How to face? When you love someone very much, and now they don't love you anymore, they want to walk away, they want to leave. In this case, what to think to keep us still alive, still not so suffering? I put this question and you give me the answer. How to think in the case your love will change? Anyone can give me the answer?
Forget that person is as soon as possible.
Huh?
Forget that person as soon as possible.
Forget that? Forget him. Let him go. Let him go, right? Yes. If he wants to go, let him go. Because if we want to keep someone, but the love is no more. If you keep, you can keep only the body.
But if you want him to go, or let him go, but he doesn't want to go, what are you going to do?
If he doesn't want to go, then let him stay.
And we go.
If you want to let him go, and he doesn't want to go, he wants to stay. But he doesn't want to go either. He wants to stay.
Then we have to make the things clear. If he wants to stay, then we have to be straight forward. That he cannot have the double relationship.
To me, like me and my husband, that he never home and he doesn't want to divorce. I'm like, okay, if that's what you want, I'll let you have it. I'm not, we still married for the kid. But he can have his girlfriend. I don't mind, but it's just the only thing that is like, if that happened to me, I'm happy to see that he is happy. So just go with it. Well, if he doesn't want to divorce, then let him just stay married.
Yes, so if you can do like this, it's good.
But why is so difficult?
Don't you know why it's so difficult? The other people can help you. Why it's so difficult to bear such a person? Please, you tell her why is it so difficult?
Why is it?
Not be strong.
Yeah, because everything about you, if you accept it, you can handle it.
Yes, you see that sometimes, I think that not easy for a lady to live with a man who is not loyal. who is in another affair. And especially you feel that you feel betrayed. You feel betrayed and you feel lack of respect. I think that other person can. Do you want anyone here can want to express the feeling of the person who is betrayed by the partner? And in case a man, sometimes people are very greedy. They want to have an affair and they don't want to divorce. They want to have both. That is why people say that bắt cả hai tay. Muốn bắt cả hai tay cơ. And he wants the wife to accept like that. And she can accept. She can accept like that.
Because I don't see it.
But maybe because he doesn't want to approach your children more. If you two divorce and then they think the parents divorce and then, So probably he thinks that way. So I don't know.
Actually, my kids, especially my kids, I have a son 14 and the daughter who's 13 and 6 years old. She's like, Mom, you don't have a healthy marriage. But I say, it's okay. It's just like a disease or a sickness. Either you take it or you don't. But if I take it because, I don't say it's because anything, it's just take it. And I'm happy with it.
Because you have a very good practice of acceptance. Accept things as they are. And that is why you can live peacefully. But for other people, it's very difficult for them to accept. That's why they are very suffering. And this is the family tragedy. It is very difficult. So, in this case, you see that I want to hear from the young people here. What will you think? What will you think about that case if you are one in that situation? What will you react? How will you react? You want to share? You want to share your feeling? You see, Buddhism is not something far away. Buddhism is a way of life to help people cope with their own problem. How to live in the difficult situation. That Buddhism is very practical. So I want to know how you can apply Buddhist values in this kind of situation. When you are betrayed, when you are hurt, how we apply Buddhism for our life. Can you would you like to share your feelings?
It's a hard question.
A hard question.
I'll say forgiveness. Yeah, that would be I guess the biggest part was just when you forgive the partner and just try to move on after that. Allowing them to let you forgive makes it seem like closure overall. But that's a hard situation because there's no right answer. Right? Just depends on who's stronger in that relationship. But one is always going to give more than the other. There's no, at that point, there's no 50-50, right?
I agree with you. Yes. Can you hear him clearly?
Yeah.
Yes. So, sometimes we cannot say it's fair or not fair. Cannot say that everyone can give the same. In some relationship, one is the giver and one is the receiver. And it is with what we call nhân duyên, duyên nợ. Duyên nợ. Sometimes it is like that. One always give and one always receive. One always do the wrong thing and one always forgive. But what is here is that what we learn from this, what we learn from this situation, and can we behave always with understanding and love and forgiveness. If we can have this positive attitude, we can help ourselves and we can help the other. And together we can get out of the situation safely and peacefully. Both need to be cooperating.
Can I use patience sounds better than cooperate?
Yeah, patient. Yes, patient. We also need patience. So now back to that. You see that in any situation of life, Buddhist values like loving, sympathy, compassion, patience, understanding, forgiveness can help us a lot in all situations, even for the young people. For the young people, you see that sometimes they have problems with their friends. Competition at school, competition in sport, in marks, in activities. Sometimes in competition, I want to put the question to the young boys and girls here. Andrew and Angie, and what's their name? The youngest boy, 8 years. Minh, Minh. Okay, so I want to put one question. This question. For example, when at school you have competition, you try so much, but you try but you cannot win. And your friend, they do not try much, but they win the game or they win the match. So when you lose, what is your feeling? And if you have negative feeling, how can you overcome it? You understand my question? Yes, so how do you feel when you try your best, but you lose?
Well, if my friend wins, then I would just be happy for them.
Yes, again?
I would be happy for them.
You will be happy for them. Can you do so? No, it's good. It's good that if your friend wins the game, you are happy for them. But sometimes you feel jealous. Yeah, sometimes you feel jealous.
And upset.
And upset too.
Upset.
So how to overcome the jealousy? How to overcome? Sometimes jealousy comes, huh? Sometimes very jealous. So in that case, how to overcome that? Huh? You don't know? Anyone knows? Anyone help her to overcome her jealousy? You see, sometimes not only children. You see, sometimes not only children, we also have the same problem. In an office, you try so much, and you deserve a good promotion, but someone else has some means, some other ways, skillful ways to get promotion, even though they do not deserve. So in those cases, we feel very hurt. We feel that jealousy, that why I try so much, I deserve. He doesn't try and he doesn't deserve, but he got it. We have that kind of envy, jealousy, and it also harms us. We feel very uneasy with that feeling, that negative feeling. So in that case, what do you think to overcome that negative feeling? Can you share with me? Can you share that sometimes we say that it is unfair?
Just the answer said, be happy for them.
Not easy to feel happy because you already feel jealous. So in case that we feel jealous and we feel it unfair, I think that we should think properly. Nothing is unfair. in this world, we can see that something it seems to be unfair, but in fact nothing is unfair. Everything has a cause. If we believe in the law of cause and effect, everything has a cause, then that cause leads to effect. And not only one cause, but many causes. Not only the present causes, but the past causes. That many causes lead to the effect. So if we understand in this way, we can see the present causes of that person or of ourselves. But we don't see the past or the hidden causes that lead to his success and not to our success. So something has a reason to appear. If we think in this way, even though now he is not hardworking, he is not deserving, but he has good merit. Good merit. In Vietnamese we say có phước. Người mà có phước, họ không cần làm họ có kết quả. Người không có phước, cố gắng bao nhiêu cũng không có được, đúng không? If we think in this way, everything is fair, nothing is unfair, because we don't see the causes. We think it is unfair. If we think in that way, we don't feel jealous anymore. Our trying is not enough. Our hard work is not enough, because our merit is not enough. So, no need to be jealous. What is ours will be ours. What is not ours will won't be ours. Cái gì của mình thế nào là của mình, ai tranh giành được. Còn cái gì là không phải của mình thì cố gắng tranh giành bao nhiêu cũng không có được. Vậy thôi, mình hiểu được cái luật nhân quả ra thì mình sống rất là thoải mái. Thành công thì tốt, không thành công cũng không sao. Thì không còn ganh tị, không còn đổ kỹ. Okay, agree? Now is the time to put questions. Because until now I put questions to you. Now I want to hear questions from you to me. You know, in this talk, I just want to remind the young people that usually people think of Buddhism in a negative way, like that, those people who go to the Buddhist temples, they are superstitious. Mấy tiếng, or they just go to the people for prayer, they cầu nguyện. And Buddhist people are very pessimistic, rất là bi quan. They always talk about suffering, chỉ nói về khổ thôi. That is what people often think about Buddhism. But Buddhism is not pessimistic, because Buddhism does not say only about suffering, but also say about that the way to escape from suffering, the way to remove suffering, and confirm that we can destroy, we can remove all kinds of sufferings if we practice in the right way, by Eightfold Noble Path. So the Buddhist values are always there. About understanding, about sharing, about forgiveness, about patience, about love, compassion, etc. Many good values of Buddhism that we can use and apply in our daily life, in our relationship, in our career, to make our life happy. Sometimes we know a lot, but we don't apply. Otherwise, we are not happy. But if we learn and we apply, then we can get immediate result. Nếu mình áp dụng nó, mình có kết quả ngay lập tức. Những cái giá trị của Phật giáo nó không bao giờ là nó lỗi thời. dù là bao nhiêu thế kỷ, nhưng mà giá trị như là tâm từ, tâm bi, sự hiểu biết, sự trải nghiệm, sự tha thứ, sự nhẫn nại, sự bao dung, tất cả những cái giá trị đó nó đủ cho chúng ta áp dụng để có đời sống gia đình hạnh phúc, để có được một cái tập thể hạnh phúc và để có được cái xã hội bình an. Nếu như trong một xã hội mà tất cả mọi người chỉ cần giữ gìn 5 giới cho tốt, mọi người chỉ cần sống theo đúng bát chánh đạo thôi, bát chánh đạo, Eightfold Noble Path, right view, thấy biết chắc chắn, right thought, suy nghĩ chắc chắn, right speech, nói lời chắc chắn, right action, hành động chắc chắn, right livelihood, nuôi mạng chắc chắn, nghề nghiệp chắc chắn, right mindfulness, chánh niệm, right effort, sự tinh tấn đúng mức, và right concentration, chánh định. If only we can practice this Eightfold Noble Path in our life, everywhere we stay, everywhere we live, we will be happy, irrespective of outside circumstances. Bất chấp hoàn cảnh bên ngoài là thế nào, mỗi người chỉ cần sống đúng bát chánh đạo, giữ gìn 5 giới cho được trong sạch, bảo đảm người đó sống hạnh phúc ở mọi lúc mọi nơi. Even though you have obstacles in your life, like sickness, like betrayal, like failure in life, in career, failure in love, but you can face it peacefully, mindfully, and effectively. So this one, by this I want to remind you that what is there in Buddhism is never out of date. It is always up to date if we know how to apply it into our daily life, in our modern life. It can help us a lot, even for young people. For young people, if you can concentrate in your study. For example, I tell the young people, if you want to learn your lesson very quickly, for example, your teacher asks you to memorize one page, full page, to memorize, to learn by heart. How to do it? You just sit quietly. You observe your breathing only 3 times. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. When you calm down, then you don't think about anything else. You just open your book. You read the book with full concentration. Only 3 times you can remember it easily, without distraction. Once you open the book, you don't pay attention to the TV, to the games, to novels. Leave all those things aside. This 1 hour is only for lessons. It's only for my homework. If 1 hour is not enough, 1/2 hour. Real concentration. Then you can finish it very soon, very quickly. After that, you can play again. See? Can you do it? Understand what I say? Full concentration. Full concentration in what you do. When you learn, when you do homework, 100% concentration in homework. No talking, no telephone, no internet, no Facebook, no games for 2 hours. Only for 2 hours. Can you do? If only 2 hours with full concentration, I'm sure you can solve all the homework and you can satisfy your parents. Then your parents do not shout at you anymore, do not push you anymore. Then you can play your games, you can go for football, you can go for Facebook if you like. But your problem is you don't concentrate enough in your study. Right? And that is why your study is not effective. Now if you want to have very effective work. The only secret of success here is 100% concentration. Can you do it, Andrew? Andrew, can you do it 100% concentration? No, 100% not maybe. Certainly. Okay? If you say certainly, if you say yes, I can, then you can. If you say maybe, then I'm sure you can't. But why you can't 100% concentration? Tell me. Now you try it, now you come back, you try it, you say, you tell yourself, you put one watch in front of you for 1 hour. Can I tell all the boys and girls here who are students? 1 hour. You make a determination. For this 1 hour, I will have only one object. It is my books, only my homework. I will not listen to anyone, I will not play games, I will not watch TV, and nothing else, only this homework for 1 hour. Without leaving my table, without leaving my chair. I will stay here for 1 hour with 100% concentration. Can you do it for 1 hour? Only 1 hour. Angie, can you? 1 hour? Yes, I can.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I told you that determination is very important. If you say yes, I can, then you can. Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yes, so give her an applause. So, yes, I can. And you too, huh? You try, huh? You try. From beginning only 1 hour, then you can increase 1.5 or 2 hours. This is the secret of success. The key to your success, even the old people. 100% concentration.
Can you promise?
Nick, can you do 100%?
5 minutes concentration.
5 minutes. Okay, at least 5 minutes. Then let another 10 minutes. You see, I just want you to be happy. Because if you are successful with your studies, your parents will be happy. And they will not scold you anymore.
And no more white hair for them.
Huh?
No more white hair for them.
No more?
More white hair.
Oh, no white hair, yes. Yes, no white hair for them.
In that 1 hour, please don't think that tomorrow your teacher will sick. Because when you do your homework, you used to think, oh my God, I wish my teacher was sick tomorrow. So I don't have to turn it in. Tell me, are you guys feeling that way all the time? I go to school. I always wish that before.
So concentration, huh? Determination.
What's going tomorrow?
And I also want one more thing. I want to, from the younger boys and girls here, is caring for your parents. Sometimes you are used to be cared of. You are, parents must take care of you. They have to give you this and that. Everything you are given by the parents. And you never think of giving parents anything. You only give them gift on birthday. Once a year. Either birthday or Mother Day or Father Day. So maybe four times, huh? Or Christmas, 5 times. New Year, 6 times. So maybe maximum 6 times a year, the children think of giving a gift to the parents. And how about 360 days? The remaining, you never think of giving parents anything. And you say, oh, but I don't have anything to give my parents. So they don't need to give them gifts or books or food. Huh? But what parents want you to give? They want, do you think what your parents want you to give? Success. That what else? Success. Huh? Happiness. Happiness. What else? What parents want you to give? I think that yes, parents only want you to be happy, and also I tell you, how to make your parents happy. You want your parents to be happy? Everyone wants parents to be happy. So when you come home, you ask dad and mom, what you want me to do to make you happy? You ask, what you want me to do to make you happy? For example, maybe parents said, oh, I want you to help me in housework. I want you to help me in washing dishes. Then if parents want you to clean the toilet, can you help? Huh? Yeah, unhappily. You see? For example, usually children think, oh, cleaning the toilet is the job of my mother. It's not my job. Do you think so, Angie? No? Cleaning the toilet is whose duty?
It's parent duty or your duty as well?
Oh. So, but do you have to go to work?
No.
Mother have to?
Yeah.
So, should you help?
Yeah.
So, and can you take the duty of cleaning the toilet all the time?
In the family, yeah.
How many minutes if you need to clean the toilet?
10.
Only 10 minutes a day? But sometimes you don't want to do it. Huh? You see, that is the problem. The children, they don't think of helping parents at all. Only 10 minutes to clean the toilet, but they don't want to do so. They just want to play games. Is it true? Is it true?
Yeah.
But you see, you can play games hours and hours, and no one happy with that. But only 10 minutes for washing dishes, 10 minutes for cleaning the toilet, 10 minutes to water the trees, it can make your parents happy. Why don't you do so? If you you cannot give the material gift, you can do this kind of action to your parents. Only 10 minutes a day. And this is your contribution. Everyone needs to have contribution in the family. Not only receiving, but also serving. You think in that way. If I cannot cook, at least I can wash. If I cannot clean, then I cannot do something else. So you try your best to find something you can help your parents. Then you are a good boy or a good girl. You see, you think some days your parents, if you don't have your parents, how unhappy you are. And if your parents are sick, you see, if your parents work so much and they are sick, how can you help? So you help daily by helping them with housework. Then you can help your parents live healthily and live long with you. So try to think about this to help parents by doing our homework voluntarily without being pushed, without being reminded, and try to help in the housework. Then it's easy to be a good boy or a good girl. So I think that, but I want to hear the questions from the boy and the girls also about what you can do, what you learn from Buddhism. Is it helpful or not?
About we take time. Take time to talk. Everyone will have a key.
He is my wall, and he is among the sticker, and on the student. That's it. How about just give them a kiss every day? Yeah, just start from there and come up with us and just see how you feel in learning today.
I learned a lot today. It was very interesting to see everyone's input and how it all ties back with the Buddhist values with our everyday jokes.
I think that we should push the recognition between the
Yeah,
mic and the microphone. Easy.
Oh. I think I learned a lot when the monk or the nun was talking about the cause and effect. I think that's a really good point to look at. We can really apply it to our lives because we always see a lot of things now that angers you. And when you think about when you put yourselves in the other person's shoes, you really understand more of why they did their actions or what they said or why they did it. So I think I learned a lot when you really put yourself and think what they did in the past might have affected what they achieve now. It really puts everything into a better perspective.
I learned a lot about just how you put the values of each problem and kind of gave a realistic solution to dealing with the problems and just how to be mindful in life.
I think I will try to forgive others more.
Andrew, say something.
I think it's helpful because now I can get A's when I go to high school.
Anything you want to share?
So today I learned how to deal with certain emotions like anger, like accepting things and forgiving people, and I'm gonna apply that to my life.
Say something.
Thank you. Yeah, when you say just mean that her time here. When you say something, it means that her time is here. When she teach you, when she talks, you listen to her. That is valuable to you. That's how you express to say thank you. That's why I ask everyone to say thank you, to feel thank you per word.
So I want to you say something about 100% concentration. Can you do it? Can you do it? Huh? Do you think it is useful, helpful? That 100% concentration?
Oh, it's emotional.
Oh, emotional. Okay.
Can I say something?
You can say something.
I learned a lot about emotional control and how to not let your emotions control what you do.
Maybe after today,
I did my homework a little bit more earlier.
More effectively, okay?
I should study more and go to a good college.
I learned a lot today about Buddhism and time management. Thank you.
I learned that
I learned how to spend my time wisely.
Anyone else? I would like to hear from some parents. it is not easy. We have to be a model. If you want your children to be honest, first you must be honest. If you want your children to be hardworking, you must be an example of hardworking. Because teaching person by our own life example is more effective than only words. Because some people say that children like monkey. Monkey see, monkey do. Right? So if the parents get up early, and then the children get up early. But parents give charity, then children will learn how to do charity since they are small. So I only encourage the parents, if you want your children to be a good Buddhist, to be a moral person, to be a wise person, we try to be one, to set a good example for them to follow. And what we learn from Buddhism, it is enough for us to deal with everyday situations. So with this, I would like to conclude our discussion today. And thank you so much for coming here and giving me attention and your comments. And we really had a good time to share with each other. And I hope that at least after today, the children who came here, the teenagers and the young people who came here, you can learn a little from Buddhism so that you can apply in your daily life. And finally, I wish you all to be well, happy and peaceful. Thank you very much.
Where is that?